Hey guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping Tactical Nut here, and today we're going to be talking about an ultra budget friendly but highly functional multi-tool knife from Kubey. So stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, just want to apologize first for the inside filming because it's been raining pretty heavy for the past few days, and today it was sunny, but it's been, just crazy windy outside. But let's get started on this and let's talk about it. Let's get the specs out of the way first. You've got a 2.6 inch blade that's about 6.5 inches overall. The blade is made out of a Sandvik 12C27 steel. You have anodized aluminum scales with a liner lock, a glass breaker, and a wrench or multi wrenches that go from 4, 6, 8, and 10 millimeters. Which have proven to be really effective for at least getting things hand loosened so that you can unscrew it the rest of the way. Because if you notice, it's not real deep in there, but it definitely gives you enough room to actually get screws loose enough to at least get them started. This is right side only, tip up or tip down, as you can see, with a deep carry pocket clip, which is my favorite style. It does have a chisel grind, so if you can see, no relief bevel there, but you do have on here. And as you can see, it's kind of a blunt tip, but it is sharpened right here. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this has been a fantastic little knife. I'm usually not a huge fan of chisel grinds, but there are a lot of uses for them. And so for cutting up in packages and boxes and stuff like that, this area of the blade slices really well. It does incredibly good with draw cuts. And with this tip right here, I've found it actually does extremely well for scoring things. And so if you got to cut down on something but you don't want to go all the way through it, but you got to get it started so that you can break it apart, this does amazing with it. Right here you do have their logo. As you can see, it is more of a thumb disc than thumb studs. And so it is listed to be two-handed opening, and you can do it with one. You can even kind of flick it if you get your thumb in there right. But it is definitely easier with two hands. But if you can just get it started, you can just give a little flick of the wrist and it goes. It would be a lot easier. This is pretty much the only criticism I have. If there was a little more of a cutout right down here, it would be really easy to flick this open every time. But with the way that it's set up, you just gotta think about it a little more. But as you can see, it does have some jimping here along the back. It is fairly functional. It definitely gives you good purchase, but it doesn't cut into your hands at all. You do have this little contour right here, so as you can see, it does fit into the hand perfectly. And then of course your glass breaker on the end to grab it so you could get out of a car window or something like that. This is a pretty small lanyard hole, so you are going to have to use a really thin type of cordage if you were going to use it for that. The blade centering, even though it looks like it's off, because it's a chisel grind, that's why it looks like it's off. It is actually perfectly centered, and you do have a little backspacer right there and slightly open constructed. I doubt you will be able to tell from the camera, but on the upper part right here, you do have a phosphor bronze bushing, and then what looks possibly to be a Teflon bushing down there. So, I will say, incredibly smooth opening, even with one hand. You can just feel that it is buttery smooth. It's just really surprising, especially for the price point, because this is, I think it was like $15. And to get the Sandvik steel, which is a Swedish steel, so it's really good steel, you're going to get good edge retention out of it for a good budget steel. Hopefully you will be able to tell that there are some milling of the liners. So I think this came in at about 2.96 ounces, which is really good, really lightweight. I've been very impressed with this, and I did find an awesome use for chisel grind, and that is for getting caulking off of the side of a wall. This way you can actually run it along the side of the wall and not actually cut into it. So, because I'm in the process of selling our house, so I had to do a little fixing stuff. And that worked out perfectly. But like I said, perfect for draw cuts, perfect for scoring, food prep, all your daily utility tasks like opening mail, boxes, packages, stuff like that. It is small, so this is not going to be a hard use knife, but very well constructed. And very impressive for the price, I mean, this is kind of hard to beat. And I mean, I gotta recommend it, guys. Definitely a hit. I like it, and I think you will too. All right, so in the meantime, be prepared, have fun, and check out Kubey. I'll leave the links down below.